and hand my man a pen so he can write that check. Paying
What's that from?
My bills, and I'll give it to him, and I'll give it to me, and say, woo.
That's bad.
Oh, Lord.
Well, hope this doesn't make the girls mad.
If they do, I can find.
Ayo, what up, though? This episode of The Cookout is brought to you by Kanye West's barber. Because what in the black ass
I haven't even seen it. I've been looking for a picture all day. I'm about to find it.
Man, pull it up. Pull it up. Welcome back to The Cookout.
It has been.
I'm your favorite host from your favorite podcast, ChaseKassidy.
Not Zenwin.
I am Zenwin.
I love her and Cosby.
She's my favorite Cosby kid.
I love her and Cosby, but different ones I just did not like. I felt like she just did not. It just didn't go. But anyway, it's not about her.
No, wait. I think they should. This is like a debate that's been going on. I think they should have done what Debbie Allen wanted to do, which was write the pregnancy into the show.
The pregnancy thing into the show
would work.
Would be great, but I just did not like Denise's character on A Different World as a development.
But see, that's the thing. Like, I think the baby coming in would have given them they could have totally retooled Denise.
Yeah.
Because you having a baby is, of course, going to cause character development.
Right.
It's going to cause that.
So I guess just for me, freshman year, I just didn't like her.
Yeah.
Like, I was that one that came was like, bitch, I be ready when she got.
But you know what though? But you know what though? To be honest with you though, like think about like the first season of most shows. It's like that.
Yeah.
You know, especially like you think it's so amazing, but then like when the show is over, like season 8 is done, it's the finale. You look back at season 1, you be like, damn, we were struggling, girl. We didn't even know it.
Right.
Like so.
I give that.
I try to give it that grade. Moesha.
Hoesha.
Yes. Put it in the trash.
Because let's be clear, Brandy was a hoe the whole season. Okay. Every episode.
Was it Ohaji? It was
Ohaji, all of them.
Shouts out to Merlin Santana. My God.
He would have been so dope
He was gorgeous. That was like one of like my big
that was the
90s crushes.
Yeah.
That's when I was like, you are gay. Like I was like, wow.
Listen.
I watched the Steve Harvey show for him.
Even in the oversized sweaters, everything else, or those moments where he had the overalls with no shirt under it, baby. It was they know our voices.
I know, right? Back at the family table, a quarter of Don't Trust the Edit podcast hosts. Lazy, tens across the board.
Dora,
Back at the family table is the OG, the original, the good, the fantastic
Gail.
Lady Mills. It is giving Gail.
Oprah and Gail.
It's giving Oprah and Gail. It is. It's giving Okra and Kale. That's Today's topic, I don't even know really what to call it. I guess it's just more of we're going to talk about how we feel about the way that this whole conversation is happening as it pertains to black gay people and black straight people. There seems to be
two different conversations.
A bit of a war brewing.
That's dumb.
And we're going to discuss that. Historically, how I do things at the Cookout, when we have conversations like this, I like to have opposing views at the table.
Right.
And I like to do that because I feel like it lends to a more robust conversation, right?
Okay, robust.
Well, you know, stiff way.
Yes, SAT word.
And so I chose not to do that this time because as a person who has to balance the table a certain way to keep the energy positive and I didn't want to, I felt like it would have been a combustive table.
Come on, combustive.
So that's why I decided we just gonna do this with the girls tonight, family only. So we can just get this off.
I get it, but I just still wish that I could have the opportunity to challenge opinions because, like, you can't. For me, I feel like you just can't say something and not base it in fact. You know what I'm saying? Or base it in some type of actual truth.
Right.
Because give me the text.
Wait. Before we get started, I want to start here. I want to start here before any of the hoteps and the broteps and the cisteps and the bitch taps jump up in the conversation and say anything about Dave Chappelle or his special. I want to be very clear about something. Open your ears, children. For those of you on YouTube, I'm looking right at you. This is not about Dave Chappelle or his joke. So please don't use it as an excuse. You get what I'm saying there? Okay, so are we clear that we're not talking about Dave Chappelle, right?
Yeah.
Nobody cares about what he said. The point of the conversation is to point out the violence that y'all are using around the conversation.
The violence in the rhetoric.
We want to talk about that because that's the issue. We've been here before. Dave ain't the issue.
Right. Heterophobia? Like, huh?
So they came with a new word, girl?
Huh?
They came with a new word.
Huh?
And that's the same thing as like white people saying reverse racism.
Right. You can't have heterophobia in a heteronormative society. Like, you are the normal thing. We can't. What? That makes no sense.
I just find it very interesting how, as black people, we can see racism so clearly.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, we see it and we call it by its name.
Yeah.
We educate as much as we can. We have these types of, we do that, right? But when it comes to black people,
Girl, give it what you got for a pork chop. Go for it. The same thing that white people do to them, they do to us.
right?
And the sad part is they refuse it. They don't recognize it. They go against it. No, we don't do that. This and that, or whatever. You do to your own community.
They know it.
The same exact thing you're doing. Same exact thing that's happening to you. You do.
But that's the thing about privilege. When you have a certain privilege, you don't recognize, or you don't have the
recognize.
You don't have the awareness to know how other people are being oppressed. You get what I'm saying?
You have to know.
You're aware.
We know more than
You're
anybody
very
because we
much aware.
experience it. We
I
experience
know
it.
they know what it like. For example, we have to bring the Caucasians back in for just a second.
I just my point, but they here.
Yeah, just for a second, because they know how it feels to be oppressed, race-wise, like racial, right? But when it comes to knowing like how stuff can be sexist or knowing how stuff can be homophobic, because they don't have to deal with that different type of oppression. They don't recognize it. You get what I'm saying?
Recognize oppression. Oppression is oppression.
How many conversations you have? You just mentioned when you bring something up to like a straight friend or somebody you know who's straight, and they be like, "I don't see that. I don't think that." They doubt your experience. Just like how white people say, "I don't think racism is really that bad," like you said.
Then why should I march for you?
But that's what they, Millz. You're making my exact point. The fact that they experience it firsthand, you know what the it feels like. So you know what to do to make it happen.
And white people say, just get over it. You tell me to just get over it.
So when you use the same language that's been used against you to another group that you look down upon.
That looks like you.
That is setting up supremacy, and it is having privilege. So you can't tell me they don't understand the principle. They get it. They don't care.
The same way I've had white people tell me what is racism, what it's not. And I'm looking like, where your experience to speak from.
I'm sorry, your skin color doesn't match.
I'm just, for me,
you know what I'm
I'm at a place where like I need the straight folks around us to start recognizing the position that they put us in when they behave this way, and when they treat us this way.
Okay.
What happens is we then have to make a choice of, do I minimize myself? Do I minimize my feelings to keep the peace here? Or do I light your stupid ass up and possibly lose a friend or a family member because you're harming me? And then when I tell you you're harming me, you're saying, no, it's not. Suck it up and deal with it.
Right.
You're putting me in a bad position. Right. And I want to love you. Let me love you. Stop being stupid.
The other side of it
I'm getting to the point where I don't know how else to say it nicely.
I get what I think what's going on with our community right now is patriarchy and accountability is having a chokehold on our community.
Because if my white friend was saying some racist, then what?
It's not.
Would it be different? Would it be different then?
Yeah.
That's my question. If Grant came on his mic or Jordan came on his mic and said and was like, I don't give a fuck for her, I ain't apologizing.
Because y'all say it, so I can say it. No, baby.
Right. So then what?
No, baby.
No.
And I cannot get a valid answer for that.
I'm tired of what I call the barbershop blues. I'm tired of dealing with the world as if I'm going into the barbershop. I'm tired of dealing with it as if I'm sitting there every place that I'm in. I literally have to channel like, this is the barbershop. It's a bunch of hetero men. I gotta act a certain way so I can get a fly ass cut and get the on. I don't want to have to navigate the world that way.
But to that point, they don't need you to defend them.
Right.
You don't know them. So shut the up about it.
They're not paying none of your bills, baby.
What is the big deal?
You're still on welfare.
Do you think their feelings are hurt? Do you think they're wiping their tears with their millions of dollars? So what? Like, I'm standing here as a real person who loves you and says, yo, that hurt, and you don't give a You want to talk about Dave Chappelle? I don't give a about him and his $50 million. I'm telling you that what you're doing is offensive.
I think people...
Am I missing something?
I think people are like equating ability with cancellation now.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
I'm really just like trying to check my attitude right now because like no, I'm really pissed. Okay. Millz don't like none of this, y'all.
No.
Millz think
it's kind of like how they see. It's kind of like how they see it.
He think he's laying it too heavy, but I'm just tired. I'm tired.
I don't think you're laying
I've had
it
to
too
fight.
heavy.
Like,
I think it's like your experiences. It's your experiences.
It is because I've had to fight like that.
Right.
Like when I tell
and will continue to.
Nah, I don't want to. I'm 36, but I got to lose. I don't want to fight. I don't want to fight.
Right.
I don't want to do that. I want to feel safe around look like me. Right. I don't want to have these conversations, and I especially don't want to have to talk to straight black women about this either.
They're just as bad.
I'm tired, sis. Like I don't have it.
They're just as bad because I'm not your homeboy until I make you mad, and then I'm some.
I'm sorry, but I can't.
No. It's disappointing. It's just very disappointing to see, like, as how much as I go behind when there's a lot of racist stuff I go behind it.
Right.
And then when it comes to these black gay issues or gay issues in general, there's so much resistance. It's always so much reasons why you got to understand, or you being too sensitive, or y'all like this is not the case,
right?
Or just because I disagree, that don't make me homophobic or transphobic.
Right.
Like it's like. Then what is your like? Again, we have to establish the difference between opinion just based on feelings, because your feeling is just individualized to you,
right? And
an opinion based on fact,
right?
And a lot of people in this world lead with their opinions based on just how they feel.
That is very true,
and no fact behind it.
That is very true. My energy is so nasty. It is so nasty, and like that's the thing is like I'm not like that. That's not even me, but I'm tired. Like this has literally been. I know it's funny. My whole life I had to fight. This has literally been like my entire existence, physically fighting this fight, verbally fighting this fight. I don't want to have to do that with people that love me. I don't have to do that.
And for me, I think I'm gonna just leave with the people, the listeners, particularly who are hetero, is listen, learn, grow. You know what I'm saying? You don't necessarily have to agree with. Nobody saying you have to agree right away. Nobody is saying you have to like do this like. Nobody's attacking you.
No.
But just give somebody respect of listen, take accountability where accountability can be, you know what I'm saying? Be taken in and grow and be part of the solution to change things.
This is coming from my passion comes from a place of hurt and like certainly trauma, you know?
Right.
So I want to be very, very clear about that. This is all in an effort. I want to have peace with my people. And this is in the way of that. And so that's what this is about. I love y'all, man. Like I will fight. I will. And I will back my shit up. But I lead with love, always. So I'm coming at it from that angle.
To you people.
To
you people. No, seriously. I love, everybody and I don't have too many gripes. Honestly, I don't really have too many issues with the straights. It's usually the gays that I'd be ready to knock their head on in between the washer and the dryer. Hey, but no, but seriously, I just want you to be able to hear the heart of the people around you. Understand, and I want you to put your feet in their shoes, whether or not you've experienced anything. Think about the fact, like I said, the same adrenaline we feel when we are in a space with, people that look like us is the same adrenaline you feel when the blue lights go on behind you.